Hello my friends, welcome back to Keto and the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and on this channel I like to share all my tips and tricks on how I lost 200 pounds without bariatric surgery and how you can be successful on your own weight loss journey. So if that's what you're looking for, don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for more videos like this one to inspire you to get started. My top 3 tips. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I am so glad that you stopped to check in on me on my week 6 of my 2023 keto weight loss cut. So if you're new here, this kind of keto weight loss cut is what I did to lose my 200 pounds. So what you're seeing here is very similar to what I did all the way along to lose the initial weight, and it's also the way that I choose to maintain my weight loss. So I like to go through most of the year not really worrying about my calories or my protein or whatever of those things, and then spend a little bit of time in the beginning of the year and during the summer doing a quick cut to make sure that I kind of keep everything in check. I started this at the beginning of the year, 2023. This is officially my 6 years since I started my weight loss journey. Seems kind of crazy that I started in January 2017 at 374 pounds, absolutely desperate for any kind of solution, and kind of fell into this beautiful thing that works for me. Now, I can't guarantee it's gonna work for everybody. I can't guarantee it's gonna work for you, but I definitely do teach how to do it over in my Facebook group. So if you are curious how to do it and to get some support, don't forget to go down in the About section and check out all the links down there, which will help you get started. I obviously have kind of a cold this morning. I've had a cold for the past couple of days. I'm kind of a little bit out of sorts, a little bit tired, but I'm still going strong. This week was still pretty successful. And the irony is that when I first started this cut this beginning of the year, I really didn't even think I would make it 6 weeks. And now here I am, all the way done with 6 weeks. Pretty proud of myself, and I feel like I've definitely made good use of this rapid fat loss cut that I have been doing in 2023. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you everything that I ate this week to lose weight. This was a diet break week for me. I decided that I was going to have 2 days at maintenance calories as best I could, in order to just kind of give myself a little boost to keep going, and also just kind of remind my metabolism where it needs to be and things like that. I know 2 days isn't really much of a diet break, but when it comes to keeping going for a long period of time, especially if you really have a lot to weight to lose, sometimes taking a 2-day diet break will help you out. So in this video, you will see kind of what I did. I didn't really talk about it very much, and I will come back and talk about what I did at the end. It ended up being just a couple of busy days, and I didn't really have time to like spell out what I was doing when I was doing the footage. So after we see it all and we come back, I will talk to you about what my plan was and what I ended up doing, and how it worked out for me. Another thing you're gonna be seeing in this video is my weigh-ins every single day. If you're new here, you may not really know that I go by more of an average per week rather than my daily weights, but I do weigh in every single day and then I average it out, and that is the weight that I go by for each week. So while you may not see the scale moving downward really quickly in these videos, over time the average weight will win out, and you will see that you just kind of have to have patience. You can't go by your daily weight because sometimes it will go really low and other times it will go really, really high, and you really don't have any control over that. Other than if you know you're eating the right amount of calories, you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you don't have to stress about it, but that's what I show in this video. I also show a 360 body view of what my body is looking like on this cut. At the beginning of the week, you're gonna see where I started at the beginning of the week, and then at the end, you're gonna see my before and after from the beginning of the cut to now, and you'll see that there's quite a bit of a difference. After the footage, I will also come back on here and talk about my weigh-ins, my plans for the future, how my calories went this week, and also about my measurements, because when it comes to weight loss, you need more than one barometer. Weigh-ins are great, but if you're not also measuring your inches, you don't really know for sure if you are hitting any kind of a stall or whether or not you need to adjust anything. You need more than one type of measurement, more than one type of barometer to determine your success. So that all being said, no further ado, let us get into the footage.
back to another video. It is Monday. It is 4 o'clock on Monday, and let me preface this by saying Mondays are a weird day for me to start these videos because they're like some of the busiest days of my week. I homeschool my kids in the mornings. We often have activities. I have to film a video for you guys every Monday and do a 360 and all of that came in this video and in future videos. And so Mondays are just like crazy, and it's 4 o'clock and I haven't had a chance to eat. I feel exhausted already today because it's been crazy, but this is what I'm having for my first meal of the day. I am having a little fried cheese and egg. I don't know what to call it. I just fried some cheese, 40 grams in a nonstick pan, crack a medium-sized egg over the top and kind of mix it around, put a little salt and pepper, and fold it up. Boom, done. I'm also having a Built Bar. I love these. If you guys haven't tried them, their link is in the About section below. They are fantastically awesome. They are easy to overeat though, so be careful. Eat at your own risk. And I'm having my famous favorite protein yogurt, or often called sludge. This one is a snickerdoodle version. It is made with 1 cup of 0% Greek yogurt, mixed with 31 grams of Snickerdoodle Keto Chow, and I think I put 50 grams of almond milk in this to thin it out, and a little sweetener, just a little stevia sweetener. Mix it all up, then put on top 12 grams of Perfect Keto Honey Nut cereal, 25 grams of Great Value brand sugar-free whipped cream, and that is going to be my first meal of the day. show the back.
That looks great. Honestly, that looks
Cute.
amazing.
I actually like it. Ooh, we're cute. It's super cute. Oh. Alrighty guys, it is 10 o'clock. I just got home from dance and I'm about to have my final meal of the day. I am having 2 lettuce wrap burgers. These are 2 85-15 ground beef patties, the Great Value brand, with 1 mini slice of Sargento cheddar cheese on it. I've got 40 grams of lettuce. I think it's 60 grams of tomatoes, 10 grams of onion, and some pickle chips, and some sugar-free ketchup and mustard. Then I'm also having some Quest chips, and that is going to be my last meal of the day. Alrighty guys, it is 2:30 on Tuesday, and I'm about to have my first meal of the day. Yes, I do try and push my meals off as late as possible because I eat dinner really late, and I try and keep my eating window small because once I start eating, I don't really want to stop, if you know what I mean. So that's why I eat pretty late. So if you're new to this channel, maybe you're like, what? She didn't eat till then? I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much how I do every day. So my first meal is, I'm having a little cheese and egg taco. I don't even know what to call it, but it's just I fry some cheese, put a little egg on top, flip it over, make a little taco. I made these protein waffles. These are made out of a scoop or about 32 grams of chocolate keto chow, and I put in there 1 large egg and a little tiny bit of baking powder, probably like a 1/4 teaspoon. I don't really measure it, I just put a little in. And then I mixed it up with 50 grams of almond milk to thin it out. You could use water if you'd like. And then I added in 30 grams of raspberries into the mix and 12 grams of sugar-free Lily baking chips. So it's kind of like a little treat, a little cookie almost. Then I am having some just regular Greek yogurt. This is just 1 cup of 0% fat Greek yogurt mixed with acai berry Mio for flavor. And then on top, I've got 20 grams of Great Value brand sugar-free whipped cream. I am also having a Built Bar, and that's going to be my first meal of the day. Alrighty guys, it's 10:30. I am super tired, but I still haven't eaten my final meal, and I'm about to. Dave made this yummy veggie soup with like a coconut broth. It's got 100 grams of zucchini, 100 grams of yellow squash, 80 grams of tomatoes, 80 grams of mushrooms, 8 ounces of chicken, and 30 grams of mozzarella cheese on top. That's going to be my last meal of the day. Alrighty guys, it is Wild Wednesday, my day that I just go. I'm literally home for like a half hour, like to an hour, and that is all the entire day. So I am home, I just finished making my food. It is 3 o'clock, I have to leave in 10 minutes, and this is what I'm having for my first meal of the day. I'm having a keto custard made with 2 large eggs, 1 vanilla Premier protein shake, a little sweetener, and 12 grams of Lily butterscotch chocolate chips. I cooked it in the microwave. It takes my microwave like 7 minutes to cook this, but my old microwave used to do it in 4, so you just like your mileage may vary. And then a little egg chalupa. Today I made it with cheddar jack cheese, 30 grams, and a medium egg. And that is going to be my first meal of the day.
go.
Alrighty, guys. Man, clogging was kicking my trash tonight. I'm so tired. It's 10 o'clock. I'm about to have my final meal of the day. I'm having Quest chip taco salad, 1 package of Quest chips, 30 grams of cheddar cheese, 6 ounces of 88% ground beef, 60 grams of tomatoes, 47 grams of lettuce, and 60 grams of salsa. That's going to be my last meal of the day. Alrighty, guys, it is noon on Thursday, and I'm about to get into my weekly self-care bath. I just finished up the homeschooling with the kids that I'm doing with them today, and I'm going to spend the next probably 3 hours in the tub. That's what I need right now. So I'm taking care of myself, and I'm going to eat while I'm in the tub. So I have my food here. I am having some pistachio ice cream that I made in the Ninja Creamy. For this, I used one Premier protein shake. It was the cake batter flavor. I put in 7 grams of sugar-free pistachio pudding mix, the powder, and 60 grams of half and half, and a little sweetener. Obviously, the pudding didn't mix up. I don't know what I did, but it doesn't taste too bad, the rest of it, because it was the cake batter flavors, so I guess it's pistachio swirl. I don't know. I'm also going to be having 3 of these Frigo Light mozzarella cheeses and a built puff. And then to drink, I put together some Creo Brew with 1/2 of a scoop or 6 grams of Perfect Keto MCT oil strawberry powder. I haven't tried this combo before, and it kind of mixed in okay. But it made it kind of creamy, so it's 40 calories, and that is going to be my first meal of the day. That was actually really good. That's creamy. Whew. All right, guys, it is literally 10:30 in the evening. It's been a day. I have had a lot of things to do. I don't even have words to describe. And honestly, I'm like ravenously hungry, but I also don't want to eat or deal with it. And I just told Dave, make me food. And he was like, okay. And this is what he made me. So he made me some of those chicken nuggets, but he made them in a pan instead of the air fryer, which is why they're not super crispy. But this is 1 can or 12.5 ounces of shredded canned chicken, an egg, and I think he used 40 grams of fat-free mozzarella cheese. Then this is some sugar-free G. Hughes sweet chili sauce and some Quest chips. That's going to be my last meal of the day. Alrighty, guys, it is 1:11 on Friday. It's going to be a crazy day today. I'm just going to quickly eat before I have to start getting my kids ready to go to various things that they're doing today. I just went to a Valentine's party. I didn't eat anything, but I brought some veggies home from it. So I'm having 15 grams of cauliflower, 17 grams of broccoli, 30 grams of tomatoes, and 20 grams of carrots that I grabbed from the party, brought home. I'm also going to have one of my egg chalupas. This is 40 grams of mozzarella with 1 medium egg. I am having some creamy ice cream that I worked up yesterday. This is made out of 1 scoop of keto chow, 60 grams of half and half. I think it was like a 1.5 cups of almond milk. I just filled the almond milk to the top and put 7 grams of sugar-free pudding mix in it. And then I'm also having a Built Bar. That is going to be my first meal of the day. Alrighty, guys, it is 8:30 and I'm about to have my final meal of the day. I just really didn't eat enough food earlier. I was in a real big hurry, and yeah, I didn't even get like 600 calories this morning, so I'm piling up the food tonight. Having some Quest chip nacho salad. This is a package of Quest chips, the cheddar brand. The cheddar kind. Oh man, my brain. Also 40 grams of cheddar cheese and 47 grams of lettuce. I can't remember everything. 60 grams of tomatoes, some green onions, 60 grams of salsa, 25 grams of sour cream, and the ground beef was 7 ounces of 88% lean ground beef. I think I remember everything. Maybe. I'm so out of it. And that's going to be my last meal of the day. 9:40, 9:39, and today has been crazy. It is well, it was supposed to be a diet break day today. I was supposed to go out with Dave. Anyway, things didn't go the way that I planned. I ended up having to go to this meeting this morning, and that's what you saw, the shredded chicken salad that I had, and then I was starving at my daughter's performance, so I ate like a bunch, like 2 Built Bars and Quest peanut butter cups, and now I'm having 9 wings with a salad and ranch, and yeah, that's gonna be my last meal of the day. Alrighty guys, it's about 11:42 on Sunday, and I'm heading out to church soon, and I wanted to eat before I left today, so I wouldn't be starving like I usually am, and I am pretty hungry, so I made one of those little egg chalupas with 40 grams of mozzarella cheese and 1 medium egg, and then I made some Greek yogurt with a little bit of lemonade Mio water enhancer, 50 grams of raspberries, and 20 grams of sugar-free whipped cream, Great Value brand, and that's going to be my first meal of the day. Alrighty guys, it is 4 o'clock. I'm home from church. I am going to have a second meal. Today is another diet break day. I am having a 90 second bread. This is made with 2 tablespoons, actually 2.5 tablespoons of almond flour, 10 grams of oil, 1 egg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then cook it in the microwave in a mug for 90 seconds. Then I have 15 grams of peanut butter on it, 30 grams of sugar-free Smucker's jelly, so it's like a peanut butter sandwich. I'm going to be drinking this cake batter Premier Protein shake and a Built Bar, and that is going to be my second meal of the day. Alrighty guys, it is 7:30. I am having some pork shoulder taco salad. So I have 200 grams of pulled pork shoulder, 100 grams of lettuce, 60 grams of tomatoes, 30 grams of sour cream, 40 grams of sharp cheddar cheese, a package of Quest chips, and 30 grams of salsa. That's going to be my last meal of the day, unless I have some dessert.
So there you go. You have seen everything this week that I ate, and you have seen my weigh-ins, you have seen my 360s, you've seen my exercise clips, and I hope that that was all helpful to you guys to see what I do in order to do fat loss. Obviously, I'm not really a gym buff. I don't really get my calorie burn from going to the gym. I have 2 days a week that I dance, and that's pretty much it for exercise for me. I do around the house, I do some kind of lifting things. I lift chicken feed, and I do sit-ups and things like that, but I don't really film any of that because it's just kind of like as I go about my daily life. The weigh-ins this week were okay. Honestly, this was also my ovulation week, and I got sick, and it was a diet break. So, I mean, all in all, I can't be too disappointed in the weigh-ins. It was kind of lame to see it going back up towards the weekend, but I also can't blame myself for anything because I knew I was going to be ovulating on Saturday, and that just always happens. And also I knew that I was going to be eating higher amount of calories, which means I have more food in my system and all of those other things. So that was to be expected, and I was expecting it. So my weigh-ins for the week, 189, 189.8, 189.6, 189.6, 189.2, 191, 190, and 191.4 yesterday. Don't love that one. But today I was back to 189.6, so it really wasn't a big deal. Obviously, it was just extra food, ovulation, all the things, right? So my average for the week was 190, and that was up 0.3 of a pound, 0.3 of a pound for the whole week, which honestly on an ovulation week is kind of a miracle for me because I tend to retain a lot of water when I ovulate. It has sometimes been 6-7 pounds. So I'm always happy if I go through relatively unscathed through that time of the month. And then I'm looking forward to next week to see what's gonna happen in week 7 because it always makes me happy if I don't gain a lot of weight in my ovulation week. That usually means that maybe I'll drop some. So here's crossing my fingers and hoping that we'll see the scale move in the next couple of weeks as we finish out this cut because I am really, really, really hoping that to get more firmly into the 180s before I'm done with this. If I don't, then I don't. And it is what it is. But I mean, I don't really have any control over what my body decides to do with what I do with it. I can only do what I can only control what I choose to consume. And that is hard enough. That is hard enough, especially because I have a very strong compulsion to overeat. It's really hard for me to not. And so I definitely am proud of myself whenever I can stay on these cuts long enough to actually make some progress, which is great. So calories wise, I stuck to my 1300 for the first 5 days of the week. I did 1358, 1311, 1305, 1345, and 1306. Then on Saturday, it was 2150. My plan was to go out to dinner or lunch or something with Dave. That was what I originally planned to do for the day. I wasn't even going to go to a movie and have popcorn. I had all these plans of what I was going to do. But then, best laid plans, I totally forgot I had a meeting at the church. And then, of course, they had a luncheon. And that always makes me nervous because I can't really track. And so while I did the best I could eyeballing, I don't know for sure if I over-tracked or under-tracked the food that I ate. And I, of course, was with a bunch of ladies that didn't know I do YouTube. And so I just kind of was able to film it. I had like a Cafe Rio style salad. I didn't partake in the tortilla or the beans or the rice. I just had the things that I knew were safe for keto and had a little extra because I knew that I was trying to have a higher calorie day. And then I ended up going, my daughter was in 2 performances. I was the only one who went. I ended up taking her out to dinner, and that's why I had wings at the end of the day. So my calories generally tracked, best tracked I could was 2150 for the day, which is my maintenance calories. So that was my goal, and I hope I tracked it correctly. I did the best I could. It was really a rough day. And as we go into competition season and I have more of these days where I'm just like go, 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 and I don't really have time to think about my food, that is the reason I don't do cuts during dance competition season and photo editing season, because I just don't have the mental capacity to do that. And it just works better for me to focus on weight loss and do extreme cuts, really, really hefty duty fat loss cuts when I have the time, because I only have a certain amount of time that I can really focus on those things. And usually it's the summer and the beginning of the year for me. It's just kind of been fallen into my pattern. If you go look back on my videos over time, that's kind of what I've done ever since I basically lost the 200 pounds. And yes, I am up some of that. So my lowest weight was 167. I know people don't like that I probably say that I lost 200 pounds, but I did it. I did lose 200 pounds. Whether or not I gained some back or not does not affect the fact that I did lose 200 pounds doing this. And so that's why I say that at the beginning of videos, because that's what I did. I guess technically I am up 22 pounds from my lowest weight ever, which was 167, that was 205 pounds lost. So there you go. Also, I'm up 11, is that right, from my pre-plastic surgery weight. And I've never been able to get any lower than this since I had my plastic surgery, which is kind of crazy. And I'm in a place where they had a little bit, but I'm trying not to let it get to me, and I'm just doing the best I can with what I'm dealing with now. So then on Sunday, it was my son's birthday, and I fully intended to have a keto cake that I have frozen in the freezer and some Rebel ice cream and a big salad with pulled pork in it and all these things. And then I ended up kind of having a mental breakdown, which, is par for the course for me, because my oldest was turning 27, and for some reason that just really got to me. I've been trying to adjust my medication to decrease my anxiety levels, and also it seems to be making my emotional dysregulation a little worse. And so last night I was struggling a little bit mentally, and I ended up having a full meltdown, which is part of the reason why I'm so puffy today. But it happens to me. That happens to me, and it's just part of my life. It's happened to me my whole life since I was a baby. So I just have to pick up and move on and try not to think about it too hard and try not to let it make me feel embarrassed to be alive, which is hard. But that is why I didn't end up actually finishing my dinner. I didn't end up eating any treats other than the Built Bars I had earlier in the day. So I guess I'm glad I chose to do that, because my calories were not as high as I wanted them to be for a diet break day. But it is what it is. They were still higher than I had been eating, so whatever. They were 1889. And so my average for the week was 1523. That's up an average of 204 calories for the week. So I'm still in a pretty good deficit either way. And hopefully I will be like a little bit more replenished going into this week. I'm not feeling super starving this morning, which is a good thing. That's a good sign. So that's always helpful. My average protein for the week was 162. And if you've been here for a minute, you know that I try to shoot for 10% in grams or 40% of my calories from protein. So for 1523 calories, my goal would be 152 grams of protein. I hit 162, so I far exceeded it, which makes me very, very happy. Protein is satiating. It helps fill you up, and you get to burn an extra 25% extra calories when it's digesting. So you get a better bang for your buck when it comes to proteins. That's why I focus on that. My average carbs for the week were a little high. They were 29. I definitely had a harder time keeping in the more keto realm this week, but 29 is still below 30, and I feel like that's pretty good range for me. It seems to me like I stay in ketosis pretty well, under 35 net, under 33 net, under 30 net. I mean, whatever I choose to hit doesn't seem to affect the ketosis part of me too much. But I mean, I don't do the chasing ketones or testing strips or I've never done that. I've never done that. I just try and eat as low carb as I possibly can. And my fats were 74, which was right in line for how things went. So, you know, that's not a lot of energy giving my body, so it's still a pretty good deficit. I got to eat a little bit of more fun stuff, though not as fun as I was hoping for a diet break days. But I'm back at it for week 7 and hoping that I will see some good progress on the scale this week. And if I don't, well, I don't. I'm not going to stress over it too much. I'm just doing the best I can to keep going. Now, last week, I totally meant to talk about measurements because I didn't measure the week before. And last week, I actually measured, but then completely forgot to mention it in my video. So I do want to talk about measurements because all in all, when it comes right down to it, how your clothes fit and how you're measuring is really the good barometer to see where you are heading, if you're heading in the right direction. Scale can change based on so many factors that measurements are really key. Now with me and my post-surgery lymphedema, often I will swell up around my scar and I will go up or down 2 inches, just like the scale. Is super frustrating. But for most people who have not had plastic surgery, measuring yourself is really the best way to tell if you are burning body fat or if you are diminishing in size, better so than your scale will ever be. So it is very important for you to measure. I measure with a bra on, the same bra every time, and nothing else. And I try really hard to measure the same exact places every single time in the same exact way. I did make a video way back in the day when I was losing weight, how I used to tighten it really tight because I had so much loose skin. I do not do that anymore because I don't have so much loose skin. The only places I pull really, really tight are on my arms because I have tons of hanging loose skin on my arms. Everything else, I just pull like a regular amount softly and go by that measurement. I hope that makes sense. I don't know, maybe it doesn't, but I do have my measurements here and I wanted to talk about that. Last week, so my measurements that I did last week were measuring down from 2 weeks before. And on all honesty, I think the reason I didn't talk about it was because I was kind of bummed out. I didn't feel like they were so dramatic for having been 2 weeks. So let's just go back to week 5 and go over that really quick. So my bust last week had gone up a half an inch, which is kind of weird because that doesn't usually happen, but it's at 38. It was at 38.5 last week. My upper arms didn't change, 0 change. My underbust didn't change, 0 change. My waist did not change, 0 change. My hips, which I measure kind of like above my, like closer to the top of my hip bones, but it's right along my scar, my tummy tuck scar, where I generally get a lot of lymphedema swelling. And so I keep an eye on that separately from my like booty area. So when I'm saying my hips, that's what I'm measuring, is kind of like halfway between my waist and my booty, in the widest part of me. So that's where I measure that. So my hips there went down a half an inch. My booty didn't change at all. My left thigh didn't change at all. My right thigh went down 1/4 of an inch. My left knee went down 1/4 of an inch. My right knee went down 1/2 of an inch. Yay. My calves, both of them went down 1/2 of an inch, and that they haven't changed this entire time. So that was pretty great. And so the total down last week was 4.25 inches. So I guess it wasn't terrible. It was pretty good, but I felt like it should be a little bit more dramatic, and I was really hoping for a drop around my waist. So fast forward to this week. I did remember to measure this week, and here we go. My bust was back down to 38, which was 0.5 down from last week. Both of my arms actually went down 1/4 inch to 11.75 around, which I was like absolutely shocked because I've had very little change in my arms during this cut, which has been extremely frustrating because before my plastic surgery, my arms were down to 10.5 or 10.75, and I swelled up, and I have not ever gotten rid of the swelling in my arms. Like, it's weird. So I was happy to see some kind of a change there. My underbust did not change. I'm still 32 there, but my waist finally made some progress, and I'm down to 32.5, which is the lowest waist measurement I have seen post plastic surgery, which is super exciting. That makes me very, very happy. My hips also went down 1/2 inch to 37. My booty did not change this week again, still at 40. My left thigh, though, went down 1/4 inch. My right thigh did not change. My left knee went down 1/2 inch. I'm ecstatic over that, like ecstatic. My right knee went down 1/4 inch, which is awesome too. My calves stayed the same this week, and so the total I was only down 3 inches, but that was for 1 week. So I'm really happy, especially with my waist measurement moving, because I feel like I'm working so hard to stay in ketosis so that I don't get the lymphatic system buildup, but I just don't feel like I'm losing any body fat like from my back or things like that. And so it's nice because I know I can't lose anything from my front that's not like swelling, because I literally have no body fat on the front of me, which is so fun because I can see my abs. But on the back of me, I definitely am still quite a bit squishy. I have a lot of skin back there too, but I like to see that go down because it makes me feel like I'm actually making some progress in my upper body. I don't expect my legs to change very much because of my lipedema, so whenever they change, I'm excited about that. I mean, honestly, I'm excited about any kind of change. But that's where I am, measurements-wise, for week 6. I'm really hoping for progress for the next 2 weeks, and we'll see what happens. And then after 8 weeks, I really don't know exactly what I'm planning to do. I don't know if I'm just gonna do a reverse diet, or if I'm just gonna go back to maintenance calories, or if I'm gonna try and do like a calorie cycling thing where I just eat what I need to eat on days that I'm doing dance things, and then try and keep in a deficit on other days. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. So for now, that's where I'm at, and I'm happy that you guys were here to check in on me. I hope this video was a little shorter. I tried so hard not to talk, but it is literally impossible to stop talking. So there you go. That's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to check the About section for all the awesome ways you can support the channel, and we'll talk to you all again soon.